Hey guys, how's it going? So today is the next video in my college series. Yahoo! I know it's been a while because there were like 5 Saturdays in this month instead of 4, so it threw off my schedule a little bit. But whatever, I am back, and so today we are going to be talking about how to manage a social life with school. And I just want to say that a lot of the things I talk about in my college series apply to middle school and high school also, but some videos in the future will be more about like living away from home and how to live alone, how to adjust to roommates. So stuff like this will really apply to anyone, and the rest of the stuff will just prepare those people who are not yet in college to go to college. Also, yes, I did dye my hair. You know, it didn't come out exactly the way that I thought it would, but I still really like it, and I'm like basically a blonde now, which is weird. I haven't started having more fun yet, but I am looking forward to when that will begin. Okay, so I want to start by saying that school has to come first. I know it sort of sucks. Nobody wants to like make school be our first priority, but it's very important, especially once you get to college, to make sure that you leave time for school and that you get all of your schoolwork done. If you missed it in my very first college video, which you can click on the screen to see, I shared my formula for how to get good grades, and obviously one of the main things was going to class. And so even though your friends might be doing fun things, and I'm guilty of skipping class sometimes to do fun things with my friends or even just to hang out at home, it's very important that you go and you do school and get it over with. Hopefully you will like most of your classes and it won't be too bad having to go to them. I do want to say though that it's also very important to leave time for your friends. Obviously friendships are like any other kind of relationship, and you have to work on them to maintain them. If you desert to your friends, even if it is for something important like school, you're gonna end up not continuing to build those relationships, and those relationships will actually dwindle. And you obviously want to make sure that you have a social life. It's very important, especially once you go away to school, to build a community of people who you have there and who you trust and know, since you won't be with your family all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a little formula that I have put together about how to manage your weekends, because weekends are sort of tricky because it's like, yeah, no school, but you probably have tons of homework, and so it can be hard to like manage how to have fun and hang out with your friends and still have a great time, but still get that work done. So I'm going to share with you the sort of schedule that I had worked out for myself by the end of this past school year. That seemed to work really well for me. I always got all of my work done, and I still had like really awesome weekends, so I hope that this works for you also. Okay, so it's Friday night. You were just in school all day, so seriously forget about school. Go out, have a good time. If you missed it, I did a party do's and don'ts video, which I share like how to be super safe at college parties, so you should check that out. You can click on the screen now to see that. But go out, like have fun. You were in school all day long, so seriously like don't even worry about it on Friday night. Just go and do your thing. Okay, so Saturday morning rolls along. I like to let myself sleep in. You are out on Friday night, so just go ahead and let yourself relax, sleep in. Sometimes I would set an alarm for myself depending on how late I was out, but most of the time I just let myself sleep and hope that I wake up sometime around 10 or 11, you know. That way I don't waste the entire day away. And then I would get up, have like a bowl of cereal, and watch some television. Like I would usually watch Who's Lines Anyway, maybe an episode of The Office, and then I would try to get just a little bit of homework done. I don't go crazy with homework on Saturday. I just try to get a few of the little things out of the way that are super easy. I can like do them while I'm watching television. They don't take a whole lot of time or energy or brain power, and so I just try to get a few things out of the way. Nothing crazy, and I don't fully commit to doing that, so don't worry about it too much. Then Saturday afternoon, I just like to try to get out of the house. I'll go run whatever errands I have, maybe meet up with a friend for lunch. Sometimes we'll go to Runyon Canyon, and it's really nice. They have picnic tables there, so you can like bring a backpack with some lunch and go up there and have lunch with your friends. And especially when you live in a city like Los Angeles, it's sort of nice, like get out and breathe slightly fresher air. And then as for Saturday night, it's sort of up to you. On Saturdays, I like to stay in and just relax, and I don't necessarily mean in my house. Sometimes I would stay in and just like chill out by myself, but most of the times I would just go over a friend's house and chill out in a much smaller setting. So it would still be really fun. We'd get to put on a movie, hang out, like laugh, we would play games, and it would always be a ton of fun, and it would be in a slightly smaller setting, so it was just a bit more relaxing. Friday nights are like great to go out, you can blow off steam, like have a great time, and then on Saturday night you can just sort of chill out with your friends and have a really nice time, but in a different way. Then on Sunday, it's sort of time to get to work. Normally I will set an alarm on Sundays, that way I will get up around 10 o'clock, which I think is fair because then you get to sleep in a little bit, but you still have a lot of the day ahead of you. And then it is sort of time to get to work. Once again, I'll have breakfast, chill out a little bit, and then I will like sit down and start doing my homework. I might go out to lunch with a friend or dinner with a friend. That way you still get to have a little bit of fun. It's your last day of the weekend before your long week ahead. But Sundays are all about getting your work done. You just gotta like do it. I know it stinks. No one wants to do homework, but it's just sort of a part of school and being a young adult, and so you just sort of gotta do it. Just tell yourself there's no choice. This is your homework. Just do it. Just do it. And then my very last tip is not to stay out too late on a school night. The thing about college is that it's not like, at least for me in high school, I wouldn't really like go out on school nights. Like I wouldn't go over a friend's house on a school night because like it was a school night. I don't know. But the thing about college is that totally changes. Like everyone hangs out on school nights. Your schedule is a little bit different. Like you might get out of school like way earlier than you would, and your classes might start way later, and so it's not as big of a deal if you don't stay out that late. If you do stay out that late, I mean. But try not to stay out like past 11 or maybe midnight, depending on what time your classes are. I had 8:30 classes every single day for my last semester of school. And so I went to bed at like 9:30 or 10 every single night, which I know sounds really lame. Like friends would be over at my apartment and I'd be like, okay guys, we're going to bed now. Like they would just hang out with my roommates for the rest of the night. But like I felt like I wanted to get a good night's rest, and I think it really like did me well. I got really good grades last semester. And I think part of it was because I was sleeping a lot, so I would wake up and I wouldn't be as tired, and I would have like a little bit more energy for the day. So as tempting as it is to stay out till all hours of night because you don't have anyone telling you that you can't, try to avoid doing that. And that is it for my tips on how to manage school and a social life. I hope that it was helpful for you. I tried to just share as much wisdom as I possibly could. It's a really sort of tough balance that you have to figure out for yourself. You have to figure out what exactly sort of schedule is going to work well for you as far as school nights go and weekends go. I hope that my weekend schedule helps you out a little bit. It always worked really well for me, so I highly recommend giving that a go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye!